Hello, my name is Jet Kipnis.
Hi, my name is Danny Myung.
Welcome to this week's pregame show. The Rangers take on the Berkner Rams for the homecoming game.
The Rangers are currently sitting at a 4-4 record and 3-2 in district play, with the loss over JJ Peters and Lake Highlands.
The Rangers are coming off a convincing win versus a talented Richardson squad, 42-28.
The Rangers are looking to lock down for a playoff spot against Berkner. Berkner's has some talented players that are going to play Power 4 football after high school, so the Rangers must prepare well for the win.
We have a stacked show for y'all. We have player interviews, an in-depth look of tonight's game, and a look at the past action of the season. Next, we have Graham Fellows, who is talking of starting offensive lineman Michael Martin.
Hi, my name is Graham Fellows, and I'm interviewing left tackle Michael Martin for this week's game for Berkner. Now, this is a big game coming up as we have a strong district opponent and it's our homecoming game. Have you changed your attack to practice all this week?
It's really been the same as past weeks. With like a rough start to our season, we know every game is really important to make playoffs, which is obviously our goal. But yeah, we're treating it like, every game's the most important one, every practice is the most important one, to be peaking at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yes. The offense has scored 40-plus points in 4 of the last 5 games. How does the offense line contribute to that success?
I would say biggest thing is establishing the run game early. If you can just physically dominate up front, it makes the rest of your offense all the more easier, establishing the pass game as well. But being able to take care of the line of scrimmage has been like a big key for our offense.
For sure.
Obviously, it's been working out so far. So,
All right, awesome. And, there's only 2 games left at Ranger Stadium. What does Jesuit football mean for you, these final 2 games?
Really just cherishing every moment I have with the guys on the team. That's like the most everyone misses about it. They don't miss like games or much about that. It's really times in the locker room, practices, hard day of conditioning or something. You remember those moments where you're just struggling with your brothers. That's what I'm going to miss the most about it.
All right, yeah, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Graham. Now I'll be sending off to Brandon Peppard, who will be interviewing Julian Bird.
Hi, I'm Brandon Peppard, and today I'm joined by Rangers middle linebacker Julian Bird. So, Julian, what are you guys going to do this week that's going to continue the momentum you guys have been having these past few weeks?
I think we're just going to keep up the intensity, really bring it to them in the first half, shut them down really quickly, focus on tackling, focus on, keeping our knees underneath us and, looking for the ball and just playing and getting active.
Yeah. What are the biggest weapons to Berkner's offense that you guys are going to really need to limit to win this game on Friday?
This week, we're dealing with a dual threat quarterback, number 7. He's dangerous in the run game as well as the pass game, and number 4, the running back, is pretty shifty. So, like I said, we just got to really, track the hips, chin up, chest up, and really look out and, not get burned on anything.
And what are your overall team goals for Friday night?
I think realistically is just to bring the intensity, really just take it to them in the first half, shut them down, make sure that they're, just know who's on top and kind of shut down any thoughts about who's, on top of this game.
Next up, we have Ethan and Brady, who are going to break down the playoff picture for 7-6A.
Now, let's take a closer look at the District 7-6A standings. Coming in at the top, we have Lake Highlands, undefeated in district play, and they're the team to beat right now.
In second place at 4-1 is JJ Pierce. They're coming off a win against MacArthur.
We got a close race for the playoffs with a 3-way tie with the Berkner Rams, the Richardson Eagles, and our Jesuit Rangers. All 3 of these teams are 3-2 in district, and if it comes down to the wire, they'll determine the playoff spot due to point differential.
Irving, Nimitz, and MacArthur are all out of the playoff race as they are 1-4 and 0-5.
Now, let's send it back to Jet and Danny.
Let's take a look at Berkner as Ryan and Kevin will be diving into the Rams.
My name is Ryan Torres. I'm Kevin Rutera, and let's talk about tonight's opponent, the Berkner Rams. Berkner comes in tonight's game with 3 wins and 2 losses in District 7-6A. Last week, they had a dominating game against the Irving Tigers, shutting them out 44-0. The Berkner offense is explosive, averaging 30.2 points per game in district play. Berkner can provide some difficulty for your Rangers tonight, as they had close losses against other district opponents, Richardson and Lake Highlands.
Some key players to watch for the Berkner Rams are Kobe Foreman, a two-way player who's committed to Oklahoma State, so play defensive back, and will definitely cause some trouble in the secondary, as well as Richmond Dugachukwu, who's an outside linebacker who's very well in the coverage game as well as rushing the passer, and he's been causing a havoc on offenses all season long. And their quarterback, leader of the offense, Cornell McGee, is a mobile quarterback who can still make amazing plays and has been leading this team to average 30.2 points per game.
Hi, I'm Levi Secker.
And I'm Joseph Sargis.
And we're going to be going over the players to watch for Jesuit against Berkner.
The first player to watch is Shane Parker. He leads Jesuit in all-purpose yards this season as a rusher, receiver, and kick returner. He should be a big-time factor in this week's matchup against Berkner.
On the defensive side of the ball, Jack McGoldrick will be a huge part of stopping the Berkner run this game. He's a senior, and he's making his third start at outside linebacker.
A third big-time player to watch is senior receiver Jaeger Krause, who's been a big-time threat in the red zone this year, and also very consistent and efficient on third downs.
Now we'll have Will and Hudson look over the recap against MacArthur and Richardson.
I'm Will Naughton with Jesuit Ranger Sport Network.
And I'm Hudson Short.
Let's take a look at what happened with Jesuit football these past couple weeks. On October 18, Jesuit picked up a huge win over Irving MacArthur. Final score was 41-27. Charlie Peters had a huge game, finishing with 231 passing yards, 6 touchdowns. Following that, Blake Bonner had a huge night, catching 3 of those touchdowns, adding 98 receiving yards. Jaeger Krause followed up with the touchdown reception, same with Shane Park, Henry Bure. The running game was the key piece for Jesuit, setting up the throwing game. Jesuit rushed for 180 yards total.
Last week, we had a very intense matchup between the 5-2 Richardson Eagles and the 3-4 Jesuit Rangers. The Rangers managed to pull through in this critical game for their playoff dream with a score of 42-28. Offensively, senior Blake Bonner had 9 catches and 2 touchdowns, while senior Charlie Peters threw for 180 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, the team was led in tackles by Julian Bird, who secured 15 tackles for Jesuit, followed by Gabriel James, who racked up 13 and a sack for the Rangers, while defensive linemen Cade Gill and Kane Murray both managed to get a sack for the Rangers.
Now let's send it over to Henry Jeedy, who will give us a series history versus Berkner.
Hi, I'm Henry Jeedy, and I'll be going over the series history against the Berkner Rams. Last year, Jesuit won 29-7. Jesuit has an overall record of 12-2 against the Rams, and they have a 10-game winning streak dating back to 2010. Jesuit first played the Rams in 2004. They won that game 38-36. And their largest margin of victory came in 2020 when they won 51-0. Jesuit has scored a total of 557 total points against Berkner and average about 40 points per game.
And now we'll close it off with Sutton, who will give us a recap of all Jesuit athletics.
The Jesuit Rangers have been busy outside of football. The crew team did great last weekend at the 40th annual Pumpkinhead Regatta. The U17 8+ team brought home gold, while the Youth 8+ brought home bronze. Great looks all around for Jesuit crew. The hockey team is 5-0, sitting at the top of their conference after a nail-biter win against Flower Mound Marcus. Jesuit was down 3 goals entering the third period and rallied back to win the game 4-3. The swimming and diving team is 2-0 right now and got second place in the Ranger relays. Tennis is 7-2 and has swept their way through District 7 6A. With 2 more events left in the season, they hope to end strong with their next event on October 30th. Hockey's next game is also October 30th against Northwest. Golf has an upcoming event at the J. Brewer Memorial Classic on November 1st and the Plano ISD Invitational on November 6th. Bowling has their first event on November 12th against Nimitz. Lastly, hockey has a very anticipated game against McKinney on November 6th. With many other sports seasons starting soon, it is getting exciting around the Jesuit Dallas campus.
Thank you for tuning in to today's pregame show, and thank you to all who made it possible.
Now don't go anywhere, the games are around the corner.